Hey, we are at a very busy Oxford Street. Damn, it's really, really busy. Now I'm traveling from Victoria, but instead of getting on the tube and just being a lazy bastard, I'm now gonna walk down Regent Street, then I'll cut a right on Conduit Street and basically like snake the back roads towards oh, you can see everything behind me. Yeah, so I'll take the back roads towards Buckingham Palace, and then once I'm at Buckingham Palace, I'm basically at Victoria. Hopefully this bus don't run me down and trying to get licked down by the 159. Although back in the day we'd say the 15 blood clot 9. So yeah, Regent Street all the way down. Soho's on the left, but I'll keep going down. Then I'm going to cut on Conduit, so I'm basically on Savile Row, where people buy their suits and shit. I used to work along Piccadilly, so I know all of this shit anyway. Well, I was here all my life. And when I was at school, when I got kicked out of Lillian Bailey's, when I got kicked out of my first school, Harris, and got sent to Lillian Bailey's, I used to sign as well. What is that? Old Apple store. Fuck. Yeah, I used to go to school in the morning, sign on at Lillian Bailey's, get back on the 159 or the number 3 and end up here. So I was here all day anyway, enjoying myself. But yeah, this isn't really about London. This trip is meant to be about Amsterdam. I've got to record something real quick. I have to show you guys something while I'm here. Last time I was here, I forgot to show you guys. So we'll do a quick visual all around, yeah? This is a visual of the park. And I'm going to flip the camera to all the stupid people that keep talking shit about Hyde Park in London, yeah? It's all complete crap. Now, there are no tents with Muslims sleeping in tents here. It's all a lie. There's some horse shit. It's all a lie. I was here with my cousin last summer, and we walked the entire park. So we walked from Green Park down to Embankment, and all this propaganda nonsense that's on the internet is complete bullshit. So yeah, come here and have a look for yourself. There's no one sleeping in this park in fucking tents. All right, just stop the bullshit. Now I'm going to carry on my journey. There's a helicopter doing this thing as well. And if you get robbed in London, you must look like a fucking victim. Let's start this morning right. I'm now in Brixton, so I'm in the middle of Brixton. So behind me is Brixton Town Hall. That's Brixton Town Hall. Over this side is the Ritzy. I'm gonna turn the camera around. I want to eat my food as well. One sec. Up here is it's called Lambeth Town Hall. I thought it was called Brixton Town Hall. I need to cross this road. I don't know if I'm gonna get licked down or not, so I'm gonna wait a sec. You know what? I'm just gonna go. I don't even think this is the crossing. I've got food, but I've got nowhere to eat it. So there's a 24-hour cafe, but there's no. So there's the Ritzy across the road. There's KFC there. The train station and tube station's over there. Go straight down. So that's Brixton Road. Ah! Oh my god. Sorry, I'm scared of getting it down, innit? Okay, cool. So I can cross the road. That way takes you back up to where I used to live. Like Herne Hill, Dulwich. Sorry, I'm about to get it down. Straight ahead, that's Brixton Mass. Behind Brixton Mass is St Matthew's Estate. That's called Acre Lane, that road. So when I got kicked out when I was see if I can zoom in where it says Acre Lane. So that's Acre Lane. And when I got kicked out of my house once and I was in a foster home, the woman was like, oh, my name's blah, 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 but you can call me Pop. And I was like, what the fuck? And I ran away the next day. So let's see if I can eat my oatmeal in peace. So it's not like oatmeal, it's cornmeal, it's a different type of porridge. I've now eaten, and yeah, I want to show you a little bit around Brixton. I've mentioned Acre Lane. Let's flick back to Acre Lane. But like I said, Acre Lane is where I was in a foster home for a while, and that woman said whatever, and then I ran away. I went to the tube station the next day, got the tube to Victoria, and then got a coach straight to my grandmother's in Telford at the time. I got to Telford and then found out she wasn't. You good? I got to Telford and then found out she wasn't even living there anymore, so that fucked me up. Now here's Cold Harbour Lane. I'm gonna show you Cold Harbour Lane. Cause when we go back to like 90s, 95, 96, and remember, I'm a nerd, I'm one of the normal people, but I was selling drugs in all of these stupid chicken shops, man. And certain people who thought they were bad in Crystal Palace and Gypsy Hill were getting badded up by my friend's mum from St James's Crescent behind the police station. So all down here, all down to the bottom of the road. Twins Barbers used to be on the right, but Twins Barbers closed now. Let's have a little walk around anyway. My hands are freezing cold as well, so I'm not sure how long I can film out here for. On the right, I've got Electric Lane, which means I've got Electric Avenue coming up, where you have your market and stuff. So Electric Lane here on the left will take you down to Electric Avenue. Yeah, everything's changed so much. Like the shops that used to be here just are, what the, see, all that's new, all these are new buildings. Are just burnt. So before it was Twins Barbers, Prince Albert's still there, but all this has changed. This is nothing like it was. Yeah, this is where Twins Barbers were. I'm sure that was where it was. It was, car. They were up top. They were on top of the shop. Yeah, it was. So where it says Myler and Davis, that used to be Twins Barbers. Crazy, man. I'll just hold the camera down. I've got people walking towards me. I try not to annoy other people when I'm out, when I'm doing all these vlogs and stuff. But I in honesty, I miss Brixton, man. I do miss Brixton. I do miss the place. Like, this was home. I spent my whole life here, man. I spent every second of every, see, there's a different barber there. I remember I can't say that actually. See, all this, we never had no estate agents here before, but now Brixton's been gentrified. Like, it's been colonized. That's just an honest way of saying it. And it's okay. Although the past few times I came here, let me turn the camera around. Yeah, so it's okay. I mean, I don't mind the gentrification that much, but the past few times I came here, the food was shit. Like, I couldn't find any food. Thankfully, I found that spot this morning and I was, what the hell? And I was able to get some food, but generally, since the taking over, since the gentrification, it hasn't been the same. See, I'd come here for my bakery, but where's my fucking bakery? Everything's changed. Everything's changed. These are just all little shops and stuff. The place is okay. Like, I could probably live here again. Oh, cool, they're doing the bookshare thing as well. I could probably live here again, but I don't know, man. I quite like the little shops and stuff, but okay, so we have got somewhere. Only the last time I came here with someone from Germany, and we couldn't find any good food. Like, thankfully, I found something this morning, but ever since, we can call it some say gentrification, I'll say colonization, because then once you do that, you're going to make people go to college to learn how to cook certain foods. But once you put college in it, it's going to be shit. That's like going jail and getting someone who's been trained to cut hair by the prison. He's not going to cut hair like a road barber. So there are differences, and we can tell the difference. Just like if you have sex, and then you know if your gal's been cheating, because you can feel it, innit? It just goes a bit more loose. Let me get the camera back on me. But yeah, my fingers are seriously freezing. We're now going to come down to Electric Avenue, where all the markets and stuff are. I could probably do a little walk along the market. I'm not sure. I don't think they'll mind me filming along here. Yeah, so this is just the start of the day. I'll flip the camera around. Let me zoom the camera out, actually. Get a bit more in view. Oh, do you know what I'd love to find today? Guineas. Certain fruit you can't get. You're not going to get fruit like that in Norwich. You're not, look at cat. I ain't fucking with no cats though, man. Last time I stomped my foot near a cat in South London, the cat tried to fuck me up. Oh, look at that. Grocery store. I'd love to find some guineas, but it's knowing when they're in season. Certain foods you just can't get all the time, and like lychees you can buy, yeah, cool. But certain other fruits that we get from hot countries, star fruit, you know. Oh, and they've got all that over here, but it's guineas I want in particular. I mean, I could get some planting or something, but nah, I just can't be bothered, man. I'd love to get some guineas though. If I see some, I'm gonna grab some. Yeah, my fingers are freezing, but it's the reason I like coming back here is because it's just a quick memory. It's like a little trip down memory lane. Get some food. If it was daytime, I'd probably see a couple people, and then I'd take myself out of it. So I literally spend an hour usually when I'm here. What is that? Pigeon is eating something disgusting off the floor. It look like shit. So yeah, we're now near at the end. I don't know if there was ever a Marks and Spencer here. I think that's new. So there's a Marks and Spencer across the road on Brixton Road. We'll turn right and walk down a little bit. My hands are freezing. So here's what I was showing you. So just here, there's some stuff. And then there's Brixton Rec. And like I said, I just haven't been here for years. Oh, look, food. Jerk chicken, fried chicken, sweet chili chicken, or what? Rice and peas. Bammy breadfruit. Come on, what's down there? What's on the right hand side? Fish. Aki saltfish, brown stew fish. Okay, so there is still stuff here. There is still food. It's just looking for it. Isaiah 45:7. 54:17. I would have said Isaiah 45:17. I would have said Isaiah 45:7. But I like the war lyrics, innit? I like I like the aggressive biblical verses. Let me let's go through here. I'll just zoom it out. So they've obviously allowed all this you know, like some places they allow you to do graffiti and whatnot. But that's it. That's Brixton in a nutshell. We've had a little walk around and that's the end. I've still got some time. I've got a few hours before I head back towards Norwich. But like I said, it's always nice to just come and have a nosy. Grab some food, have a walk about. Let's go back to the tube station, and then get out of here. But that's your little guided tour of Brixton. I mean, next time I'm here, I could do a bit more. We could go down to Summerlayton. I could show you Mitesfield. But Mitesfield was just as bad as Red Brick, where people's mums are just on drugs. I mean, we're going back to year 2000 and that, but yeah. Then Mitesfield, we've got Angeltown, we've got all these different estates. Like Acre Lane, if you follow Acre Lane to the end, you'll end up, you'll end up at like Clapham North, so you can walk to Clapham Junction. But if you follow this road, if you follow Atlantic Road all the way to the end, you end up at Herne Hill. And then from Herne Hill, you've got Tulse Hill, you've got Norwood, Upper Norwood, Crystal Palace. And then from there, you've got, you can then head to Croydon and whatnot. So this road, let me show you this road. So this is Brixton Road. There's the bridge here. Let me turn the camera. So this is Brixton Road. This is the A23. Yeah, it's one of the longest roads in London. If you follow this road all the way down, you end up at the Oval, which is the cricket ground. Keep going along and you'll end up at my old school, Lillian Bailey's. And once you get to Lillian Bailey's, you're then at Lambeth Bridge. yeah? So that is the stuff. Oh, they got a Pret in Brixton, oh my god. Anyway, go all the way to the end, and you're then at Lambeth Bridge. Now start at Lambeth Bridge, drive all the way up to here, so you're now on Brixton Road. Follow this road, straight, go past St Matthew's Estate, go up Brixton Hill, you go straight through Streatham, Redden, just keep going, and you end up in Brighton. That's how long the road is. I hope you guys can hear me as well, because I'm using this new microphone. But yeah, it goes from Lambeth Bridge to Blood Clot Brighton, just like look at that old phone box. We used to kick these. I shouldn't even say that. Sorry. Yeah. Just like the A12 is another lovely road. The A12 starts in Bethnal Green, East London. Let me turn this camera up. The A12 starts in Bethnal Green, East London, and it finishes in Lowestoft. It comes all the way up. So you've got to think East London, Bethnal Green, then you've got Ilford, then you've got Romford, then you've got Chelmsford, then you got not Billericay, that's A127, but you got all that Colchester, Ipswich, Lowestoft, one road. And there's another road that I love, the A47. The A47 starts where we are, goes to fucking Birmingham. No one even follows. I love it's a beautiful drive. You can drive the A47 through Leicester and all that and end up in Birmingham. We're now at the tube station, the underground. So I'm going to get back on and we're going to go somewhere else. Anything. So what I'm gonna do is, so you can see there's the main crossing behind me. What I'm gonna do is find a Starbucks. The camera, that should change really. I don't know why that hasn't changed to focus on me. Yeah, I'm gonna find not Starbucks. Yeah, Starbucks or Pret a Manger or something similar, and just go and chill for a couple hours. So my IEMs that follow me everywhere. I'll just grab a drink in here. Also my earbuds. So these are the earbuds that I sell, but yeah, I use them as well. So I've just had them in my ear up until now, and they're a really, really nice sound. They are beautiful, but ultimate would be these. And this I wanted to show you. Let me zoom out. This is the bag that I hand out to homeless people. So when I see people in Lowestoft, Great Yarmouth, Norwich, I hand out these bags, but I also sell them on eBay. And some of the people obviously people buy the bags and keep them, but those who read the description will sometimes pay for the bag and tell me not to send it to them because I'm going to be handing it out to people on the streets. Anyway, I tried out this bag one day and it seemed pretty cool. So that's what I've taken to Amsterdam and back, and it hasn't fallen apart, it works, and it's stuffed full of shit. There's my neck pillow. And yeah, let me sit and chill for a while. What can I say? The weather's treating me good. Yeah, so it's really, really horrible this morning. It's freezing cold as anything, but the weather's picked up. My bus isn't for another hour, so I'm just going to walk around for a bit. But I've had breakfast. I'm now on New Bond Street. So this is the road I used to walk down to get clothes from Paul Smith. Paul Smith had a sale shop back in the day. I don't really want to walk down this road for too long. And the sun is in my eyes. I need to get my sunglasses out. There's somebody screaming in a loud bellowing tone. Yeah, so I won't walk for too long. I'll get on the bus and slowly make my way. Morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good, thank you. Hope you have a good day, buddy. Yeah, let's get on this side of the road. That was a person who was shouting, by the way, but it's always nice to be polite. Do you know what? Here's something truthful. For all the time I was in Amsterdam, and for all the time I'm here in London, nobody is staring at me and or giving me dirty looks. So this whole issue I've had where the doctors are trying to say I'm crazy and or paranoid, and now trying to talk about some psychotic team. It's not me, it's Lowestoft. Like, we need to just accept it for what it is. There are some parts of the world where there are some different type of behaviours, and the behaviours that I personally experience, that my normal white friends can't see it. They're never going to understand it. They don't want to understand it, but I don't want to bring up the discussion with them anymore. I'm never bringing up the subject of race with them anymore, because I always hit the same brick wall, and that same brick wall will in turn make me angry after a while. That's Ecclesiasticus. Let's bring the Bible out. Ecclesiasticus chapter 7 verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. And I don't want to go mad. I don't want to go crazy. So stop having the conversations with them. I can have, obviously there was the doctor thing while I was talking to them. They were just trying to give me medication. Like, that is ridiculous. I'm walking around here today and I don't feel on edge. I don't feel as though I'm being gawped at. I don't feel as though people, you know, even when women are walking past, they're not acting as though I'm some suspicious criminal and they're clutching their handbags to themselves. They're not doing that here. This is normal. We're at Berkeley Square. I don't even know where I am. But yeah, it must be, because that must be Regent Street in front of me. So I'm just walking on the opposite way back towards Oxford Street train station. But yeah, London's fine. It's normal. It's not, you know, a lot of people are worrying themselves about this place. Who's snatching my phone? Who's doing any of that? That's not happening. Most people have built up stories of horror stories in their head. They've made up imaginary stories. Oh, I may have found somewhere nice to sit. Yeah, a lot of people have made up imaginary stories, and there's a poem about that called "There Is a Rata." I can't remember which year it's from, but he says something like, "Do not concern yourself with false imaginations," and that the majority of things that people believe to be bad are actually just made up in your head. It's not real. But it's a beautiful day. The sun's out. There isn't much behind me. I'm now in a small park area. It's called Hanover Square. Which means it's owned by Germans. Because, you know, Hanover is in Germany. And it says, I'll turn the camera around. Whenever I read things, I don't want to say I'm always correct, but I am always correct. So City of Westminster, Hanover Square. Hanover Square was first laid out from around 1717 and is one of London's historic garden squares. It was named after King George I, who was Elector of Hanover in Germany. So this is who took over this country. We know that the same people, let me turn the camera around. Now, the same family, this is where Beethoven talks about stuff in his house in Bonn. When you go to the Beethoven house, the woman wouldn't let me leave until I'd read his last testament. And it was, mate, I nearly cried. Like, it was really horrible. All his friends were criminals. All his friends were like bad people, but the piano saved him. Hey, baby pigeon. The piano saved him from shit. Now, these people came to England from the House of Hanover, and later they had to call it the House of Windsor because people in England were revolting. The same people moved into the House of Orange in the Netherlands and became the royal family there. Another group of them went to Denmark. So who you think are the royal families around this planet are just people from Germany, but they were like criminals because one half married into royalty, one half married into this, you know, privileged system of whatever. And guess what the other half did? They opened all the central fucking banks. There's your story on what's happened here in the past. But they did it everywhere. They're very, very clever. They did it all over the place. And when you look at today's financial system, it's the same people. Don't blame Jewish people. You cannot blame people in... Look, I've got friends in Israel, but I don't agree with their shitty government. Just like I have friends in England and America and Germany, but I don't like their fucking government. The government has nothing to do with the people. The people are actually nice, and it's not their fault that they're in this predicament. It's those in charge. Like, if you look at Germany, Germans don't run Germany. Italians, well, the wild men of Europe are running Germany. If you look at how Martin Luther depicted the Pope, all hairy body, just hairy. Like, they were the wild men. They're the ones straight from the caves. And within the space of 6,000 years, they've taken over the entire planet. They're very good hunters. They're cunning. But then that's all in the Bible. I don't want to start talking about the Bible. But all 18 nations are in that book. And you can see who's who. Because some people had a special demon sky daddy who taught them to fight, how to make weapons, and how to go to war. Doesn't that sound like Japheth? Doesn't that sound like Europe? But yeah, Hanover Square, nothing to do with England. This is owned by Germans. Because people don't know. They can just change. Even World War II, I assume some of them were in France. And because they're clever, because all the Germans I know are smart as fuck, they will probably be like, oh, they tried to kill me, huh? So they'll put on a French accent. And then they managed to get here as well, which is why Norfolk, where I'm going back to now, Norwich, is full up of Germans. If you go to Rockland St Mary and Surlingham, where I spent all last summer, everybody there speaks German. Everyone is German. I'm like, what the hell? For me, that's nice. I get to practice the language. But everyone, the whole of Norfolk is German. If most people do their DNA test, even Jamie Brown, I bet you he's Deutsch as well. Most people in Norfolk are German. But yeah, enough of this park. I'm gonna sit and chill for a bit and listen to some music. I just noticed my bus is sooner than I thought, so I need to get a step on and get myself to the tube. So we're walking back. I'm now walking back. I'm walking forwards, but I'm walking towards Regent Street, and it should be because I got my bearings. And then once we get to Regent Street, I'll turn left, and then we'll enter Oxford Circus tube station at Argyle Street. Now, Argyle Street is where they used to have Oliver Twist when I was little, but I couldn't afford to go. There were all these musicals on, because obviously piano music, and I just couldn't afford to do any of that when I was young. And I think by the time I could afford it, it was out of production, and I'm not into the theatre anymore anyway. But yeah, let me get my dry ass to the tube station and get to Stratford. I'm on the wrong side for the light, but we're now in Stratford, and let me turn around. Okay, this bus is going to Cambridge, so this isn't my one yet, but the next bus will be mine. I'm just going to check with this driver actually. 1 second. Yeah, from here all buses depart from this stop. So I usually come to this stop when I'm headed to Amsterdam. But wherever you're going. So this bus is for Cambridge, but my one will obviously be Norwich, and that will be here in like 10 minutes. The weather's nice, man. This is pretty cool. I put my hat on because it got a bit cold earlier. But yeah, nice day, nice weather. I have to get back real quick. I have a customer who paid for a module. So basically he needs a remap doing, and I don't have that module on my tool. So he's paid for the module. He sent the money last night. As soon as I get home, I can pay for it. I left my tablet. This is the first time I'm actually traveling and going out and doing stuff and not taking my remapping gear. So even the garages, if they needed work, I said to them, no, I am not about for a couple of days. I just need some space. I need some space on myself. Let me see if I can rest my elbow on here. No, I can't. Yes, I can. Yeah, I'll rest my arm. Yeah. So that's the first time I've left everything, and that's nice to have an actual break from work. I don't ever take a break. But let me wait for this bus. I'm gonna go listen to some music. Yeah, bye. Hey, I am back. I just got through the front door. It's been a crazy journey, but I actually had a really good time. It was a bit fast paced in Amsterdam. This morning was beautiful. Just being in Brixton, just for me personally, was really, really nice. I'm not sure how much of the Amsterdam I'm going to put in the video, but I'm going to start editing it soon. I've just ordered a module for a remapping customer who was kind enough to wait for me while I was away. He sent me the money yesterday. I've paid for the module just now, so now I've got to do the bookkeeping. I do my accounts immediately. I can't play around and wait around for stuff. But so I'll do this now. I need to get off here. Take care. Bye bye.